Hello students and hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the financial system, okay? And basically we are doing the payment and the settlement system, right? In the financial system. These are the topics we have scheduled for the discussion, like the introduction part, okay? Like the national electronic fund transfer, immediate payment service, real-time gross settlement, unified payment interface, conclusion. Okay. These are the topics we have scheduled for the discussion. Out of these, we have finished the introduction part, national electronic fund transfer. We are left with the immediate payment service, and the rest topics are real-time gross settlement, unified payment interface, and the conclusion. Okay, so we will continue with the immediate payment service in this lecture. So let's start from where we had left in the previous lecture. So we are going to talk about the internet banking facility. All right, like now we are talking about the essential for the IMPS. Like what are the essential things to use the IMPS? Customers need to have the internet banking enabled for their bank account to use the IMPS. Internet banking is basically also, you can say, refers the modern banking, or you could also call it as the online banking. Okay, in which your internet could be used for the payment interface. Okay, like for you can say example, suppose this is your bank XYZ. This is my bank ABC. You are the sender's bank. Okay, I am the receiver bank. All right, here is you. Who you are? You are the sender, right? Here is me. Who I am? I am the receiver, right? So to initiate the transaction, here is a one word which I have used. To make the transaction, first of all, it's required the initiation, right? And this initiation, you can say this initiation will be started by the sender. Okay, so there are two ways to start this. Traditional and second is modern or online ways. Okay, so if you go by the traditional way, it means that you have to visit the physical branch, you have to fill up the form, you have to proceed it through the paperwork and all right. And if we talk about the modern or the online ways, so you could use the internet banking to send the instruction to your bank with XYZ along with the receiver details and your own details. Then your bank will proceed it and connect with the receiver bank, and the transaction will be settled down, right? So that's why it is necessary that you must having the internet banking facility. If you do not having the facility, you will not be able to use the transaction. Mobile number linked. The customer's mobile number must be linked to their bank account. Okay, now nowadays if you using the online banking and all, okay, so whenever your details you are filling, like your name, your account number, your account type, okay, then you fill the amount, IFSC code. There is one section also which is known as the mobile number. Okay, so if you are using different mobile number and you are filling different mobile number in this one, okay, so when you proceed the transaction, your transaction will be denied or failed. So keep this thing in your mind. Okay, whenever you open the bank account, you have to give your mobile number. That number which you have provided to the bank while opening up your account, that number will be considered as a linked mobile number with your particular bank account, right? So if you are not providing that number and you are providing different number, the bank will not be able to verify that's you who is proceeding the transaction. Okay, so that's why there are chances that the bank might denied or failed your transaction. So it is essential that your mobile number which you are using while proceeding the IMPS process must be linked with the account, or you can say you are required to feed that number which you had used while opening up the account. Thereafter, access to the banking platform. Okay, customer must have access to their bank's website or mobile banking app to initiate an IMPS transaction. What do you mean by this? Okay, so suppose this is you. You visited the bank XYZ, okay, in which you have opened your account, right? So whenever you open your account, you get one thing which is known as the welcome kit. Okay, in welcome kit, all of your joining documents, okay, your checkbook, passbook, your credit account number, your debit account number, okay, all of these things are mentioned. Got it? So basically what I'm trying to say, that if you use this welcome kit for your transaction, then it will be part of the traditional banking. Means that for your banking activities, your banking transactions, you are required to visit the physical branch and using the documents which you have got in your welcome kit. Okay, but if you want to use the electronic form for your banking transaction, then you are required the registration first. You are required to make the registration first, okay, on both, on mobile app or the website. And while you are making the registration, it's totally depend upon the bank, like which documents the bank is asking for the validation. Maybe they will ask you the debit card number and the details. Maybe they will ask you the customer ID. Maybe they will ask you the phone number. It's totally depend upon bank by bank. So until or unless you do not register yourself on the app or the website, you are not allowed to use the electronic form of the transaction through your bank. Okay, so that's why the welcome kit is necessary for the validation, so that the bank could verify that it's you who is registering on the app and website for the transaction. But if you are not going for the online transaction, then you could use the traditional banking by using the same welcome kit for the transaction. Okay, But here we are talking about the IMPS, which is the electronic form. That's why we are talking that the customer who is proceeding the IMPS transaction must having the access to the banking platforms. Okay. Details of the beneficiary's account, like we have seen already in the NEFT. Customers need to know the account number and the IFSC code of the beneficiary's account. It means that if you are sending the money to me, then you must be aware about my name, my account number, my account type, the IFSC code and all. Okay. If you are not providing these details in an accurate manner, then the transaction may be denied or failed. Sufficient funds. Again, customers must ensure that they having the sufficient funds in their account to make the transfer. If we are talking about the savings account. Why? Because the saving accounts not having any overdraft facility. Saving accounts not having any overdraft facility. That is the reason that you are only allowed to make the payment by using your funds. So that's why your funds must be in the sufficient number so that you could make the payment easily. But when we talk about the current accounts, so the current accounts having the overdraft facility. That's why the current account could use the payment which is not present in the account at that time, or you can say doesn't matter whether the funds are the sufficient manner or not. Overdraft facility could give the short-term credit. It means that you are able to make the payment, but after some time you are required to submit the excess amount to the bank again, which you had used while making the payment. Okay. Transfer limitation. Customers should check for any limitations on the amount transferred out by their bank. Okay. Again, in the IMPS, there is generally no transaction limits and all. Okay. But it is said that up to 2,25,000 or 2,50,000. Okay. There is no limit. Up to 2,50,000. There is no limit and no, you can say, stringent paperwork while using the IMPS for making the payment. But once the amount is more than 2,50,000, then what will happen? The bank is required the stringent procedure, which start with stopping the payment. It means that if your amount is crossing 2,50,000 at a single time, the bank will not proceed your payment. Okay, or you can say your payment will be stopped. But on the reverse case, if the amount is below this denomination, then you could easily use the IMPS. Okay, so that's how the amount the customer is using to make is depends upon the transfer limitations. All right. Eligibility and the minimum amount. RTGS is typically used for high value transaction with a minimum transfer amount set by the Reserve Bank of India. Ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria and have the required funds in your account. Okay. Okay. So remember that basically if we talk about this, then minimum amount is ₹1. Okay. So you could not use IMPS below the amount denomination less than ₹1. Okay. So if the amount is less than rupees 1, the payment could not be proceed further. Maximum, when we talk about maximum, then the maximum value, as we have discussed, is up to rupees 2,50,000. Okay, but in some special cases, it could be up to rupees 5 lakhs. Okay, if this is not a special case or the ordinary case, the amount value should not exceed 2,50,000. If this is a special case, then the amount value could be increased up to 5 lakhs only. Beyond 5 lakhs, the payment could not be made. Okay, so that's how the IMPS system works. So this is known as the eligibility and the minimum amount. Okay, bank account details, when we talk about the procedure. Okay, obtain the beneficiary's bank account number, name and the IFSC, Indian Financial System code of the beneficiary's bank branch. The IFSC code is crucial for identify the recipient bank branch in the RTGS system, same as the in the IPS system and same is the NEFT system. Right? So about IFSC we had discussed already in the previous lecture, like it stands for the Indian Financial System code. But now it's a time for do a little bit revision. So you are required to tell me the total number of digits in the IMPS and breakup of digits. Okay, so 25 seconds you have to think and answer. Your time starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, the times up. So basically, if we talk about the total number of digits, then total 11 digits, or you could say 11 characters. Okay, if we go with the breakup, so up to 4 digits, then 5 digits, then 6 to 11 digits. This is the breakup. Up to 4 digits, it is alpha form, reflects bank name or code. Okay, 5th digit, always 0, left for future usage. 6 to 11 digits. 6 to 11 digits. Basically represents branch code. Okay, so this is the breakup of IFSC code, also known as Indian Financial System code. Okay, so this is the quick decision we have just seen here. Visit bank or use online banking. You can initiate an RTGS transaction by visiting your bank branch or using your bank's online banking platform. Okay, so here just correct it. It is not RTGS, it is IMPS. Okay, so using the IMPS transaction, there are two things. which is also similar in the RTGS. So that's why RTGS is written down here. You could go to the branch offline, or you could use the online process. All right, to initiate the process. Okay, so these are the, you can say, these are the things which we use in the immediate payment service service system or the procedure. Okay, so basically, students, in this lecture we have covered till here. In the next lecture we will continue from here. Till then, just revise all the facts and figures we have discussed in this lecture. Be ready for the another lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture, and what we say, thank you.